Positively Spiritual. My name is Shannon Gilmore. It is so nice to see you. Welcome. What do we do on this channel? We talk about narcissism. Yeah, go figure. Don't they all? Isn't narcissism a coffee table term now where everybody's a narcissist? Well, you know what? We try to get rid of the labels here by unpacking what narcissism is and what it isn't from a spiritual and psychological and scientific perspective. So welcome, come on in. You're welcome. Please take a look around. If you like what you see, let me know. And if there's something on this channel that you need to hear but we haven't spoken about yet, scoot your topic off to the chat, or you can email me at shannongilmore@protonmail.com. Important links are in the description of this video, as we are here twice a day, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 10 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time. So welcome. Let's get on with the show. What do we do when the narcissist comes to town? Well, it's all eyes on deck. And it seems like the narcissist brings the circus. Well, let me tell you, they are the circus. When all eyes are focused on the narcissist, well, that's what they want, and something deeply spiritual takes place. Though it may not be immediately visible to you and your untrained eye, but when you see it, as you'll be able to see patterns with the narcissist. Hello, Resistor. Hello, everyone. Nice to see you. Welcome. Resistor is our moderator for this channel. He does a wonderful job, so props to you. Thank you very much. Loves to you, Resistor. It's so nice to see all of you. Welcome. Come on in. Take a seat. Sit down. I'm so excited. I love being with you guys every day. You know, it feels like we get you twice a day, and I feel like, you know what? I'm not even going to feel guilty for hogging your time and attention. Yay. Yay me. No, I'm just kidding. It's nice that you guys can join me today. And if the narcissist is going to bitch and complain in your life, saying, you're not spending enough time with me, you're spending too much time on that channel, you know what? Too bad, so sad. They're welcome to come, but they choose not to. So it's not like they weren't invited to the party. And some people on this channel are invited to the party and they have outstayed their welcome. You guys know who you are. The narcissists who are in here trolling and who are, you know, just monitoring or watching. Well, you know who you are. And, you know, what can I say? Hope you learned something, and, you know, see ya, don't want to be ya. I don't know. I don't know what to say to those people who are trolling and spying. Wow, it's like you got nothing else better to do with your time. Well, am I honored? No, but you're giving me attention, not yourself. So keep doing it. Keep doing it. You're giving this channel the attention that it deserves, that it needs. So yeah, thank you. Resistor says juggling pins and balloons are what we are to them. Wow, well said. Well said. So what do you do when all eyes are focused on the narcissist? When the narcissist is coming to town, when they come to town, you know, everybody scatter. Make way for Prince Ali. Oh yeah, I don't know why I just said that, but yeah, I love that song. But I don't know the words. All I know is make way for Prince Ali. Prince Ali, Ali, something, Ali, Bob. Yeah, never mind. You guys gotta watch Aladdin, the cartoon. But yeah, when the narcissist is with the narcissist, even if they don't come to town, it's like you are supposed to put on a, you know, regatta or whatever you call it, you know, a party every single moment the narcissist enters into the room. I have graced you all with my presence, And no, I'm not mocking them. This is how they really feel. They are the emperors, the emperor with new clothes, the emperor's new clothes. You guys remember that story? That's exactly what they're like. God says sin lies naked before God. And the narcissist is dripping, drenched, clothed in sin. So when all eyes are focused on the narcissist, something deeply spiritual is taking place, even though it may not seem like it to our untrained eye, but you got to look at this from a spiritual lens. It looks like a social dynamic, like a charismatic person stealing the room, or a problematic person stirring up conflict that no one can look away from. But what's actually happening is a spiritual transaction, an energy exchange, a soul level disruption. Excuse me, the narcissist is feeding. Kind of sick and twisted, isn't it? See, they need to create the circus in order to feed. They need to create pandemonium and mayhem. Watch Houdini escape from the chains of death in a death-defying feat. The narcissist has us walk those tight ropes, and we have to do those aerobatics. We're up in the air on that bar swinging, and we have to do the tumble turns in mid-air and be caught. Well, the narcissist is, oopsie, I missed. I forgot to catch you. Was it my turn to go? Like, oh my gosh. They're not just circus creating, they're crazy making. So the narcissist in this environment is feeding. When the narcissist is in the room, they're feeding. That's basically it in a nutshell. That's it. That's the video. Have a nice day. Seriously, feeding off of attention, positive or negative, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that people are looking. See, negative attention is better than no attention. And if you've ever been in a room with a narcissist who was either being adored or exposed, you kind of know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a pull there and a strange gravitational field around them where you can't help but go, hello, hi, how are you? It's so nice to see you. And you're all, nice, hi. Until they reveal their true colors. People gather around them. They whisper, they watch. Some defend, some accuse, and you can see who the flying monkeys are. But either way, the narcissist remains at the center, the focal point of attention, seemingly untouched. Even when they're to blame, they seemingly come out unscathed, unbothered. Well, that's because to a narcissist, attention isn't about approval. See, we think of attention a certain way, but how the narcissist thinks about attention and how we do, it's not the same thing. Attention is not about approval for the narcissist. It's about affirmation. I exist, therefore I matter. And I matter, so I get to control the room. And when everybody their focus is on me, that gives me even more control. That validates the control that I need, want, and believe I already have. Hi, Yoel. Nice to see you. How you doing? Resistor says psychopaths are more self-aware and calculated. There you go. How does it go? Psychopaths can be narcissists, but not all narcissists are psychopaths. So all psychopaths are narcissistic, but not all narcissists are psychopaths. Wrap your head around that one. So here's where this gets a little bit deeper. The narcissist doesn't just want attention, they want to direct the narrative. Well, actually, Yoel, there's something about that. Yoel made a comment that they're covert narcissists. The new science is showing, and we've talked about this on this channel, as I personally, from a spiritual perspective, I don't believe that there's covert, overt, malignant, baby or grown-up narcissists. It's not on a spectrum, and the new science is starting to show that there isn't a spectrum. It's just varying degrees. And that's what I totally believe, just like how, and I've mentioned this before in lives, where God looks at us as being lambs. Jesus goes and rescues the lost lamb. Well, we are lambs. We're God's children. And we then become the bride of Christ. Well, you're not a child bride. You're an adult. So what does that mean? That means that we're little lambs in the flock of sheep. Is it just all little lambs? No, it's rams and ewes, female and male adult sheep. And the adult sheep have a responsibility to look after the baby lambs, but you can't look after your little one all the time. You got to eat, you got to eat, you got to sleep. So when the sheep are not watching or can't watch for some reason, or sometimes the lamb just wanders off. That's what happens. And the shepherd goes and rescues that little lamb. Well, we don't stay little lambs forever. We don't stay little lambs forever. Maresy dotes and dozy dotes and little lambsy divey, a kiddly divey too, wouldn't you? All right, so little lambs do not stay little forever. We grow up, and that is the metaphor of being mature in the Word of God. We start as what Christians call baby Christians. Well, we start as babies, and even Paul says, some of you are still dining on the milk of the word. You're suckling on the milk of the word when you should be dining on the meat of the word. That means you cut teeth and you got to chew on that meat of the word. And that means that when a baby is teething, they're growing, they're maturing, they're developing, and we develop ourselves within the word. So we start off as being kids, little lambs, and we grow up to be teenager sheep, and then, we develop into being adult, mature sheep, where we don't rely so much on the presence, the physical presence of the shepherd. We have been trained with the word of the shepherd, his presence, so when he's not there, we still know what to do. We still carry his name, carry his presence within our hearts, so that we do what we were taught to do by him when he was raising us, when we were developing. And so when we're mature, we know what to do on our own. We don't stray from his word. Excuse me. So you don't say that there's different kinds of empathy. Like, there are about 3 or 4 different types of empathy used within the situation, but we don't call ourselves a lesser or a greater empathizer. No, we're just empathic. We're empathetic. We're just empathetic. And some of us are strong in our empathy and some are weak because we have yet to have that empathy develop. It's the same with narcissists. See, the enemy is likened to goats, and goats are kids as well. You got the baby goat, named it a kid, right? And then you've got the adult goats. The female is called a nanny, and what's the male called? Billy. So you've got the nanny goat, you've got the billy goat, you got the kid goat. These are just stages of the development of evil behavior, evil characteristic. So that's what I got to say on that. So back to our video. Good question, you all. Good statement. Yeah. So Narcissists don't just want attention. They want to direct the narrative. They want to own the emotions of the people giving them attention. They want to determine what people feel, whether it's admiration, rage, guilt, or even fear. And when all eyes are on the narcissist, they like to mirror, to shape their reflection, to lead people to think a certain way about them. If they can make you react, they feel powerful. If they can confuse you, oh, even the better, because then you'll never be onto them. You'll never figure them out. They want to remain a mystery, because if you know the narcissist, then you can manipulate them. If you know the narcissist, then you can control them. So they want to remain a mystery to you. So if they can make you ask questions about yourself, if they can cause you to ask questions about your own morals and ethics, and if they can get you to question your reality, well, then that gives them the benefit of the doubt. And that's a gold mine for them. Like, they're kind of like, what's this? The ringmaster of a circus. You know, they've got that emotional whip going on. Like, it's nonstop. Like the lion tamer or the elephant tamer, you know? That's what the narcissist is doing. They're trying to tame us, trying to condition us to, stay still even with the chain off of our legs. So this is where the analogy comes in. Picture a black hole. In the vast expanse, let me start again. Just picture a black hole. Do you guys know what a black hole is? Well, just picture nothingness. An expansive cosmos out there. And there's this black hole in invisible existence. It's there, but you don't know it's there until somebody is drawn to it, as there's a magnetic field allegedly in this black hole, as scientists say that if the gravitational pull towards this black hole will actually flatten you like a pancake. Wow, that sounds pretty painful, doesn't it? So the moment a planet, a star, or even a single ray of light drifts into close proximity, the black hole becomes visible, and when it's visible, it's too late. And it's too late because as soon as you see it, you're too close. And that gravitational pull or magnetic pull draws the person in, or draws that planet and star in. And see, the thing about black holes is they're black. And they're called a black hole for a reason, because they don't create light. They consume it. Interesting. And that's exactly how a narcissist works. On their own, they are hollow, lacking true substance. They have no empathy, and they have no light of their own. But when others focus on them, their darkness becomes animated, framed by the reactions of those around them. So we try to make the darkness light. By us shining our light on the darkness becomes light, and we can't see the motives of the narcissist, as the reflection is light back at us, until the narcissist gets tired of reflecting the light, because that's not who they are. It's like they got to burst and be like, I gotta be me, So it's like, instead of being that lion tamer in the circus, they got to be the tap dancer, So when others focus on the narcissist, their darkness becomes animated, framed by the reactions of those around them. They create a spectacle by swallowing the energy, the attention, the emotional responses of others. So see, the lion tamer of the circus, they think, the lion, see, every performer thinks that the clapping is directed to the performer, but no, it's the performance. It's the swallowing swords that people are clapping. Like, who can do that? It's not the person itself who's swallowing. It's the fact that somebody is doing this. It's the fact that somebody has been able to do this without harming themselves. Wow. They're clapping at, ooh, ah, at the performance itself. Same with a lion jumping through a fiery hoop. It's like they're clapping, oh, wow, the lion's mane didn't catch on fire. Oh my gosh, wow. What a performance. They're not clapping at the lion tamer, but the lion tamer is like taking bows, taking the accolades for themselves. And that's what the narcissist does. We are enamored by the performance, not the performer, but the performer takes all the accolades for himself. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Nice to see you. So yes, for the narcissist, negative attention is just not, it's not just preferable to no attention, it's fuel. A person arguing with them, calling them out, even exposing them publicly is still someone who is giving their light away. You are still orbiting them. You're still feeding, that black hole. And that's what makes disengagement so powerful. Silence, indifference. What if in the circus, nobody clapped and nobody in the crowd went, ooh, ah. Even at the clowns, the clowns that are performing silly stunts, if nobody laughed, if nobody went ooh and ah and stood up and clapped, there'd be no circus. So the narcissist, they're the one-ring circus, and what they perform for survival strategies, as well as that those survival strategies are also spiritual weapons. Because when you refuse to offer your light, when you refuse to offer your focus, your emotional reaction, the narcissist can no longer consume you. You step out of their orbit. You remove the contrast that makes their darkness visible. And now they are left to confront their own emptiness, which they almost never will. They'll just go find another audience. See, if we were in a crowd of people at the circus and the crowd just decided to just stay silent, just sit there and watch, the performers would be like disappointed, upset. What's wrong with you people? Don't you know entertainment when you see it? But they would pack up, ship out, and go somewhere else and find other supply. And that's all this life is just one giant circus. And if there was no supply, if every town the narcissist went with their circus performances and every crowd they encountered just stayed silent and never said a word, never clapped, never cheered, no bravo, encore, nothing, then what would happen? The narcissist would have to sit with themselves. And each time the narcissist would go through the silence, because the silence would tell them that I'm no good, I'm not a good performer, I can't get the audience to clap, I can't get them to ooh and ah at what I'm doing, so I'm not great. So then they would sink into narcissistic collapse. So the narcissist, before they go for a collapse, that's the end game. They will look high and low for supply. They will look for someone else to pull in. And it doesn't matter who. A child even. They will, set a trap for someone else just so that they can manipulate and have this sense of control over themselves. Hi, Cynthia. How you doing? Nice to see you. So let's just go deeper. When everyone's focused on the narcissist, something else happens. The people in that space, whether it's a family, workplace, or a community, or even a church, they start to reorientate their moral compass. They stop asking what's right and start asking what will make the narcissist react. And that's extremely dangerous. That's how abuse gets normalized. That's how enablers are born. Oh, just don't say anything. Just leave it alone. It's none of our business. They'll sort it out. It's fine. People learn to walk on eggshells, not because they lack courage, but because the narcissist has made their validity the center of volatility, their anger, their aggression. Let me just say that again with a new word. The narcissist has made their aggression, their anger, their emotional dysregulation everybody's business and everybody else's responsibility. So when this happens, then everybody seems to make their decisions around the narcissist. And in that shift, truth becomes distorted or obsolete. People lie to keep the peace. People sacrifice their own convictions to avoid the storm. Now imagine how it looks like from a spiritual perspective. God watches this happen and sees hearts being bent away from righteousness, bent away from truth, simply because one broken soul demands to be the sun around which others revolve. Ain't no way. Not going to happen on God's watch. God will let it happen for a little while, and he allows it to happen so that we can see and make the decision on our own to say, oh, we just finally wake up one day and go, what the hell? What happened? Where am I? What'd I do? But sometimes God does have to step in because we're just too dull and too blind. And God steps in and says, that'll be enough right now. Ain't no way you're taking my child away from me. So God watches and he sees what's going on. And he sees who become bent away from the truth. And he sees how one person can just break the hearts of many and cause so much demands on a loving, giving society. And God understands your troubles. He understands what you're going through. And he knows that if you keep going in this trajectory, you're going to, go down the slippery slope of becoming like the narcissist, as God only allows us to be an adulterous wife for so long. God doesn't put up with idolatry, and the narcissist wants us to idolize them. The narcissist has made themselves the false god. And those who feed the narcissist unintentionally end up worshiping a distorted image, a projection, not a person. The narcissist is a false prophet. They're a false idol. They can do nothing. Their words amount to nothing. They don't build each other up. They tear each other down with their words. The narcissist does not create, they destroy with their words. So you may be thinking, okay, but what if I confront them? What if I expose them for who they really are? Well, don't think that that's going to go in your favor. Because the hard truth is, if you do that while you're still emotionally attached, you're going to fall right into their trap. They'll twist your words, call you unstable, and act like the victim, and it will be worse for you. Because now that they know that you know who they are, and they know that you're weak in that knowing, they'll chew you up and spit you out. And once again, when they do this, the spotlight is on them. Even in exposure, they can spin sympathy, redirect attention, or control the emotional tone. That's why discernment in the Lord is key. Wisdom with guided peace, not impulsive justice. Because when you truly see them for who they are, the best thing you can do is remove yourself as a source of their fuel. Say nothing, go no contact, just silently observe. Because this is spiritual warfare, and God says we don't pick up weapons of war like the world does. Our weapons of war is knowledge and wisdom and discernment, kingdom power and unconditional love. This isn't just psychological entanglement. And the enemy loves when we stay fixated on a person's bad behavior rather than turning our eyes to God for truth and restoration. Because when we're consumed by them, we stop healing ourselves. We stop growing. We stop listening to that quiet voice of the Holy Spirit that says, come out from among them and be separate. And we're not separate because we're better. Well, we are, but not not in the way that you think. We come out because we want to be better for God. We come up out of the world because we want to serve God. And we're no longer willing to be fodder for the narcissist. There's something liberating in realizing that the best way to defeat the narcissist is not through war, but through absence. The moment you step out of that toxic dynamic, their influence over you begins to disintegrate, and they try to hold you to that. Like they try to, cling to you through various manipulations. They may try to smear campaign you, blame you, or draw you back in somehow. Oh, I just noticed there's some pictures that we took together. I was just wondering if you wanted to come over and go through these pictures with me and decide which ones you want to, maybe you want for yourself. They will scream into the void you've left behind, and the silence will expose them louder than any confrontation ever could. So, just as, we think that, oh, God is letting the narcissist get away with it. Oh, God's not doing anything. God's punishing me. No, that pain that you feel from the narcissist discard or the trauma bond or whatever is going on, God didn't do it. It was created because the narcissist victimized you. That pain goes to the narcissist. That the narcissist is responsible for that pain, not God. And if God did not intervene by however means in the spiritual, he, told the spirit of the narcissist to leave you. And the narcissist obeyed. Those demons obeyed. Yeah, it's going to hurt, but would you rather have it hurt now or hurt later when, you've lost even Jesus? That's what it's going to get to if we stay with the narcissist. And God has to intervene, because if he doesn't, we then would make the choice to leave Jesus. Look at how far we've been compliant and complacent with the narcissist so far. It's just a slippery slope downward. It doesn't get better. You hold on to hope while losing hope. That's the life you live with the narcissist. I know, I've been there. And I've had to claw myself back up out of that hole to find God again, where now I've got my dreams back. We've got, the angels visiting us, insights coming, protection is here. I feel good. I no longer feel depressed. I feel joy in my heart, and it's not fleeting. It lasts all day. I wake up happy now. Before, I used to wake up in dread, like I'd have this sunk feeling in my own, another day. No, I wake up and, okay, I don't know what the day is going to hold, but I'm joyful. I don't need to be sad about the mystery of this day. I know that God is in it. Today is the day the Lord has made, so let's rejoice and be glad in it. I'm glad, and I wake up like that now. It's been a long time since I noticed that. It's just amazing. I went to bed at I think it was 6 o'clock this morning, because I was busy working on a video for our channel today, or this morning. And I had 4 hours of sleep, and I woke up and I wasn't tired. I just felt revived, and that's the Lord. Not that you want to keep doing that every single day. You do need sleep, but sometimes when there's a legitimate reason for keeping yourself awake, because you're working and you're doing something for the greater good or for someone's benefit, maybe even your own benefit. You're rewarded for that, and you're just, God will see. God will see the motives of your heart and reward you. God doesn't always reward us with money and fame, and sometimes he rewards us with an abundance of health and clarity and knowledge and joy. Yes, and I woke her up for a chat. No, you didn't. You did not wake me up for a chat at all. No, you didn't. I was already awake. So, but no, I was awake, and I was making tea, and I was cleaning because I was expecting company today, and they didn't show up. My landlord was supposed to show up, but he was supposed to show up Sunday, but he had his tooth pulled, so he wasn't feeling good. And then he said he would show up today, but he remembered that he had an appointment, so he might show up on Thursday. So it is what it is. So we have some yard work to do, and it's kind of rainy and not very, yard worky day today, so it's okay. That's all right. But yeah, so I lost my spot. When you come out of the narcissistic relationship, you see things from a different perspective. And you start reframing the negative and start seeing, God, you helped me dodge a bullet there. Because if I would have stayed with that narcissist long term, who knows who I would have become? Because I already was losing myself in the narcissist, losing myself away from you. So it was just a matter of time before I was, lost my spirit's fire. As Jesus says, don't put out the spirit's fire. Well, the narcissist has put out the spirit's fire, and they want to put out your spirit's fire. They want you to become like them, that the Holy Spirit would just up and leave. And God says, I will never leave you nor forsake you. And God is holding himself to that promise, because we are too ignorant and naive to understand what that promise means. So he has to take care of it for us. So Jesus died on the cross for our ignorance as well. That's love. Hey, Kale, nice to see you. Welcome. So just, if you want to think about your faith and God and, who you could have become if you would have stayed in that relationship, just think of Jesus before uh, Pontius Pilate. Jesus could have defended himself too, but he didn't. He could have justified, explained, argued, but he said nothing. And that's the best. When you're fighting an evil person cannot see any other way. That's the issue. That's why Jesus stayed silent. That's why we are to stay silent and stop arguing with the narcissist. Because you're not going to win that fight. Because you cannot win them to your side to see your perspective. Just as much as you can't see their perspective, just try. You're the one who can change. You're the one who has empathy, so you can try to see things from their perspective. And I encourage you to try. Just think about it. You're like a person who has no empathy. How would you act? If you are a person who has no empathy, who has no compassion, who is stuck in their ego, fight or flight, who is stuck in self-preservation, how would you act? Would you allow yourself to see reason? No, it's one way, because you're only thinking one way, the exit. The exit is the only way out. There's only one exit, and you got to fight to get to that exit. That's the narcissist. That's the narcissist way. And either you walk to that exit with the narcissist, doing what they say, taking the steps that they want you to take, or they'll bulldoze right over you and not even care, because they can't. If you can understand the narcissist and understand that there is nothing in them to give that you need, you've got the narcissist beat right there. So Jesus in his silence was more powerful than any words, because the silence revealed Pilate's weakness. It revealed the crowd's instability and the moral bankruptcy of people, of sinful people, lawlessness. You can't bring the law to a lawless nation who cannot embrace change. Can you make a rose a tulip? Can you make a blade of grass a reed? Can you make this cup a kettle? No. There is nothing. There is no vessel in the narcissist. There is no jar labeled empathy. You cannot pour empathy into a narcissist and have this jar that says empathy on it and save it for a rainy day. There is no jar in the mind or the brain of a narcissist. There is nowhere in the brain to house empathy, so empathy does not stick. It's like it bounces off. It's like energy is absorbed by, walls, and, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It just changes form, right? We absorb energy. The narcissist cannot absorb the energy of empathy. It bounces off of them and comes back to us. So It's better to stay silent because you're wasting your words, you're wasting your energy, you're wasting your time. You cannot convince, oh, if I just say this, they'll change. No, the narcissist cannot change. Change into what? There's nothing there to change into. If you can understand that, then you understand the spiritual aspect of the narcissist, as they are the enemy. They are the children of the curse. So when all eyes are on the narcissist, understand the game has begun. The energy has shifted. And the only winning move is to not play. Step out of the black hole. Choose not to orbit. Get out of that circus. Don't buy that ticket. And if you're watching the circus, don't stand and applaud. Stay silent. Bring your focus back to yourself, to your healing, and to God. Because your energy, your light, was never meant to be consumed by a hollow soul. They're a clown. And you were meant to shine. Not for the narcissist, but for the truth. And you know, a circus takes animals out of their natural habitat and trains them to do things that they ought not to do and things they otherwise wouldn't do. So these animals are trained, conditioned to sin, because anything outside of their natural makeup is a sin. That's just what the narcissist trains us to do too, as the narcissist thinks of us as animals. And why would they think we're animals? Because we're not, to them, we're not human. We're just objects to be used. So I hope this video has helped you guys today. So let me read your comments. Oh my goodness, you guys are talkative today. How is everyone doing? So, oh, Joe says, she told me that I should be like her. I don't think so. Wow. That's a pretty bold statement. That's pretty daring. Excuse me. I've seen the sad side of the broken people that they completely destroyed. It's not pretty. Zombies. Yeah. And, you know, they're either broken in the way of they feel so lowly that life has forsaken them, or they're so bitter and they just hate life and everything in it. Let me see. Kale says, I'm realizing it's not about money or status. It's about reaching for our goals that identify us. Absolutely. Oh, I found this in my pocket. I was walking along, you know, going for my power walk the other day, and I just like saw this laying on the road, because I'm just like, God, what am I missing? You know, I was thinking about, you know, the law of attraction and thinking good thoughts and thinking about the narcissist. And it's just like, yeah, it is a mystery. It's a puzzle piece, isn't it? It's a puzzle piece that I need to solve. One piece left. Huh, interesting. But yeah, it is about reaching our goals that we identify with. Like, our identity is rooted in Jesus, not in the narcissist. And the narcissist, their identity is rooted in the things of this world, the things that they have created for themselves to make themselves feel better, because they're trying to fill that black hole that nothing of this world can fill. Joe says, the issue is that everyone else thinks they are just the greatest compassionate person there is. Yeah, exactly. Resist the devil and he will flee. Exactly, Yoel. Yeah. God bless everyone. Thank you, Yoel. God bless you, and God bless everyone too. I agree. Amen. So, yes, the short-term victims never see it, says Resistor. Yeah. Cynthia, you can't garnish a turd. True. True. Uh, so, no, we understood you, Kale. It's okay. So Cynthia says, my daughter's grandmother has zero empathy, but tries to hide it by crying crocodile tears at opportune moments. Yeah. Her son used to do the same thing. He'd hear a song and start literally bawling to tears. Weird. All a whack performance. Wow. I've never heard that one before. I mean, I usually do that. I'm the crier, you know, usually women are more sentimental like that, right? But yeah. So I have a very hard time controlling my empathy for her, says Joe. Joe Grayrock, says Yoel. And Cynthia says, you know why? Because deep down they are truly pathetic and to be pitied. Yeah, they are to be pitied. And, God is showing us exactly who we would be without Jesus. So that statement is true, that we are nothing without Jesus, because the narcissist is nothing. Cold as Alaska and never as beautiful. Yoel says cold as Alaska. Yeah. I had a friend who lived in Alaska and she sent me pictures and it's so beautiful there. So Kale says, I went no contact with my narcissistic mother a year ago. She can't dump all her stuff on me anymore, and now she's internalizing, and I am being blamed for her health problems by other family. Oh, goodness sakes. I'm sorry to hear that. Cynthia says, yes, attention. Sometimes they will ignore you, so you will chase them like second grade boys. Yep. Mother-in-laws do that too. Been there, done that. Guilt tripping, yes. Pay back anyone for, yeah, they will pay back anyone for the lack of attention. True. So, yeah. Yoel says, Shannon, we are doing great. We are family. We are doing excellent. Hi, Jeanette. Nice to see you. Thank you, Shannon. This video is very insightful. It's nice to see you again, Jeanette. How are you doing? Parasympathetic system helps to breathe in a way to release pressure. Absolutely, Jeanette. So I told my mother-in-law this morning to her flying monkeys. Ooh. So you had encounters with everything. It blew up today, Cynthia. Oh dear. Love the puzzle piece. I know it's got colors on it. It's a kid's puzzle, but there's a star and I'm thinking a planet or outer space or something, but who knows? But I love the metaphor. So once you know their game, you can clown them better than they did you. No contact. Amen, Resistor. So, oh, my ex-mother-in-law is Mama Teresa to everyone. Ooh, she's evil to the core. I mean it. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Oh, Cynthia, girl. That's tough. That is really tough. I've been there too with the mother-in-law. Diabolical evil to the core, and then your back is turned, they're digging the knife, but then as soon as you're in front of their face, they're like, what did I do? I'm just innocent. I did nothing. I said nothing. I know nothing. Why are you picking on me? I'm older than you. It's Oh, the stories we could tell, right? Don't become a wicked mother-in-law. Please don't, anyone. Don't become a father-in-law, and don't become that wicked mother-in-law. Just don't. Ugh. But don't go the opposite either and being so accommodating. Just be you. Just be you. Joe says, that's the mask they see. They don't know what's behind the mask. Real person. You found the piece of the puzzle, Shannon. I did, yeah. Cynthia says, mother-in-law is playing hardball with the wrong person. I'm one step ahead of her now. Yeah, she acts all innocent. I have no idea what you're talking about. Get real, lady. Yep, that's exactly what they do. They just play dumb. Play dumb. I used to fawn for mother-in-law and his family. I'm disgusted how I used to be, truly. I know, right? My mother-in-law asked me to look after her dogs one day, and I said no. And a half an hour later, I was on her doorstep saying, I'll look after your dogs, because I felt internally guilty for saying no. I hated her dogs. I hated the way she treated them. Oh, she was nice to them, but she was overboard. Like, she treated them like literally babies. Oh, Tuppy. Oh, hi, Tuppy. How are you? Yes, Mommy. Come give Mommy kisses. You know? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was gossip. I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry that was gossip. But it felt good to get it out. Just being honest. Just being honest. Yeah. The one time I said no, she didn't speak to me for a month. Oh my gosh. You're gossiping. I'm sorry, God, I think. Oh, it's good to get it out. I'm no longer dealing with a mother-in-law, so I have no reason to, talk about it. But I was just sharing that, yeah, I felt bad too for saying no to her. Somehow you just couldn't say no to her. Somehow she just made it very difficult. So, good. Laugh is good. Laughter is good medicine. It's the best medicine. So, they overload the crap out of the fake. Yeah. Used to do the silent treatment, gaslighting. Yeah. You know the game now, Cynthia. Yes, you do. And like mother, like son. That's all I got to say. Like mother, like son. Yep. Yep. And it could be that I'm just going to put this in your ear, not to gossip, but just something to consider. That maybe your mother-in-law is coming back to you, or, communicating with you because she can't get the supply from his next significant other, the current lovely lady in his life. So she's trying to communicate with you. So, yeah. My mother-in-law tried to get me to come back into her life by saying that she was doing her will and she needed my signature on something. I just stayed no contact. I don't think there was money, but I've had, see, this is part of my trauma as money issues as well. And the narcissists that have been in my life have used money to buy my attention or affection. And no, no. I may not see it at first, but eventually I do. And no, I think it's just disgusting. I just, no. That's a red flag for me. When someone tells me their digits in their bank account and whips out their wallet to, you know, nonchalantly or covertly show me all the bills in their wallet, no, that's a red flag. Go away. Go away from me. Ex-mother-in-law said she tried to talk to new baby mama and she didn't say much. There we go. That's why your mother-in-law's coming back to you. We called it. We called it. Told you. I told you. There's patterns you can see. Look out for those patterns. Once you see one, you'll see two. Once you see two, you'll see three. It's just a pattern. And you can predict what they're going to do by those patterns. Yeah, they will be besties soon. Yeah, it will be the child that brings them together. But you can guarantee it that the German women, my foster mother was German. She lived in Germany and for a time. And she spoke German. She was raised in a German household, and they are strict, very strict individuals. And I can pretty much guarantee that this woman, when it comes to her baby, she's not going to be putting up with what the mother-in-law wants. So there's going to be clashing, and there's probably clashing already. It's just been downplayed. Yep. So, yep. Yep. But she's got another granddaughter, so she's going to go to you to get to your daughter. Yeah. But if he's a mess, it feeds her narcissism by keeping him in line. So, not C-type. Oh, you'd be surprised. You just watch out for those patterns, Cynthia. You'll see them. Yep, strict, rigid, not adaptable. Yep. Oh, when that baby's born, you're going to have some fun. You're going to see it all come out. It's all going to come out, and it's all going to fall on your doorstep, because guess who's going to come knocking to spill the beans and talk, want to confide in you? Mother-in-law and in-law family. Oh, yeah. And you may even one day have the narc come back and say, I made a big mistake. I'm sorry. Yeah. By October or Christmas this coming year, you might have the I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I don't know what I was thinking. Can we try again? Maybe. I'm not saying you will, but it could happen that quick. Yeah. I don't know. So, all I'm saying is, you know what? I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. But I've had my my baby's daddy. I was living common law with him for 8 years, and we split up, and he had a girlfriend, and he asked to, you know, be with me for old time's sake. And I'm just like, no, ew, no, ew. And then I got pregnant, and with my daughter, my youngest daughter, by her dad, and I ended up marrying him. And oh, my baby's daddy was so jealous, so angry. He still hates me to this day. And my twin daughter said, Dad, you've got such an anger towards Mom. What, are you still in love with her after all these years, or what? And I just like, oh heavens. Like, but my daughter called it. So, you know, it's not that he was in love, it was that he was unable to control me. So, yeah. I'm not telling you this because I'm tooting my own horn. I'm saying this that I was surprised. You know, I thought the way the ex treated me and the way he coerced my kids to hate me, like, I'm sorry you have to live with your mom, you know, say stuff like that to me or to the kids against me. And, you know, I wish you didn't have to live with your mom, and I want you to live with me, and when you live with me, it'd be so much easier, and we'd be so happy together. I love you. I'll do anything for you kids. And I just like, so you just never know what the narcissist is thinking. But one thing you can be certain is, in desperate times for them, they will do desperate things because it's about self-preservation. And if they had a supply with you once, they will go to what is familiar. They'll go to the path that is least resistant. So they're always thinking, well, it was easy to get you the first time, it'll be easier to get you the second time. It'll be easier to coerce you to come back the third time. Because I did it already. I was able to manipulate you the first time and you said yes. The second time, yeah, it took a while, but you said yeah. The third time, yeah, it's going to be a little bit difficult, but they're that confident in themselves that they can win you over again. And when you think that they're not coming back, they come back. They always come back. It's never over for a narcissist, even if they've seemingly moved on with somebody else, married somebody else, have had a lifetime with that person, 20 years under their belt with that person. The minute there's an opportunity, they'll come back. They always do, because there is no breakup with the narcissist. You think it's a breakup, but it's just a break. There's no up. It's a break. And it's them putting you on the shelf because a narcissist believes wholeheartedly that they own you. If you've never had this said to you, then you may not understand this. But when you've had a narcissist tell you directly to your face, I own you, especially after having sex with them, that's when they'll say it. I own you. And in that ownership, they think that they can do whatever they want to you and for you. So if they don't want you, it's not that they don't ever want you again. It's they want you when they want you. And, you know, if you're put on the shelf, it's because they saw something different. It's not that they found you boring, it's they saw something different, something exciting that was new. You know, a shiny new toy. Oh, a red hot rod. Well, I've got a blue, shiny blue one. I've never had a red hot rod before. Oh, I'm going to go try this one out and take it for a test drive. Vroom, vroom. And then they leave the shiny blue hot rod on the floor. That's you. And you're left to pick up your wheels and move on. But the narcissist follows the tire tracks, follows the oil stains on the pavement, and tracks you down. Where have you been? I've been looking for you. Well, you didn't want me. Oh, I went after the red shiny thing. Oh, turns out, there's a gasket leak, Turns out the transmission was faulty. I had to invest too much time and energy and too much money into that thing. I realize that you're all reliable. Can I come back and take you for a test drive again and see how you're doing? Can we do a lap around the block for old time's sake? Mm-hmm. Wow, Cynthia, see? Yeah. The grass is greener concept. Exactly, Jeanette. Exactly. Ah, they're just kids. Narcissists are kids who haven't grown up. And we have to be, we have to learn how to parent ourselves and do adulting while parenting them too. And how we parent them is hold them to parental boundaries. No, you can't have that cookie. No, you can't take me for a test drive. No, you can't think of me as a blue hot rod. I'm divinity. I'm somebody that you can't even touch. I'm so high above you. But I'm not lauding it over your head. It's just I recognize my name is written in the Lamb's Book of Life and yours isn't. So you know what? I'm going to shower you with grace and be polite and courteous and kind to you. Even though you don't deserve it, I'm going to give it to you because that's who I am. Not because of who you are, but because of who I am and who God is in me. Yeah. Oh, well, guys, it's 2:15. And I'm going to call it. And yeah, you go, girl. You got this. So, you guys, I want to say thank you for sharing your afternoon with me today. This has been lovely. It's been lovely. And thank you for sharing with me. And I look forward to seeing you guys at 10 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time. Hi, everyone. Hi, new people. Big hugs to you all, too. And loves to you. And thank you. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so. And please kick that notification bell in. Like, really slam it. Make sure it's working. Yeah, hit the notification bell, as the notification bell will let you know, alert you to when we're live. In case, you get those time zones mixed up. We're here at 1 o'clock and 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But the notification bell will alert you. So hit it. All right, see you soon. I love you all. Take care. God bless you.